everybody, it's Chris Eads, Wootini over at gaygamer.net, here with another weekly video podcast. This week, I'm not going to talk about gaming as much. This weekend was Gay Pride, and I spent Saturday at Outfit Challenge, which is the first ever gay-lesbian mud run. So I did a 5K mud run, up and down a bunch of hills, climbing walls, swinging over ropes, climbing up more ropes, and jumping over fire, and crawling under barbed wire. So I kind of, messed up my knees, and my legs are kind of disgusting right now. They're all scratched all to hell. And climbing over one of the walls, I kind of jammed my finger. I don't know if you can see, it's a little bit thicker than the other three. But I had a great time, and I thought it was a great start for Pride Weekend, except for the fact that I came home from that and immediately needed to take a nap, because I have never done anything like that before, and I was wiped out. So all my friends are like, hey, we're going out partying, and I'm like, I'm taking a nap. Because also, I had to get up really early Sunday morning, because I was marching in the New York City Pride Parade with the Gay Geeks of New York contingent. So there were a bunch of us, hence the Robin Kiki shirt. My husband wore a Superman t-shirt, and when we got there, he's like, you should have worn your Batman shirt. And I'm like, I didn't want to wear a Batman shirt because I was afraid somebody else would be wearing a Batman shirt, and then I'd be matchy-matchy. But it turns out nobody else did wear a Batman shirt. I guess Batman's not popular anymore. So I could have worn a Batman shirt and it would have been fine. But I figured Robin was even safer because nobody's going to be wearing a Robin t-shirt. Except for during the parade route, at one point, I did see somebody wearing a Robin t-shirt and signaled him, and we had a moment. The parade is great. I've only ever watched it before, and I've only ever lasted a few hours before, because I've never been able to sit through the whole thing, because it's an all-day kind of affair. It starts around noon, and I usually give up around like 3, because I just can't take anymore. It just keeps going. But being in it, and I think it took about 2 hours to actually walk it. The whole parade route took about 2 hours to walk. The problem is that there was 4 hours of waiting beforehand, because you had to get there at 10, because eventually they close off the street where you're, waiting and for your, to turn onto Fifth Avenue. Everybody waits on the side streets, and they eventually close off those side streets so you can't get through. One of my friends got there a couple hours late and barely made it through because he had to sneak by because the cops wouldn't let you in. So you basically have to be there at 10 o'clock in the morning, but the parade doesn't start until 12, and we weren't near the front, so we didn't even start marching until closer to 2 o'clock. But it was totally worth it. I was already planning on marching this year because there's been kind of a rash of bias attacks in New York City recently. People have been beaten, people have been killed, and that's messed up. So I attended a rally for the young man who had been killed right around the corner from a bar that I love to go to. It horrifies me that that neighborhood had that kind of violence happening in it. Anyway, at that rally I basically decided the Gay Geeks march in this parade. I will be marching with the Gay Geeks this year because I want to get out there and march and to be proud of who I am and be a face and just be part of the community and say, here we are, and you're not going to make us run back into our closets. So I'd already decided to do that. And then the Supreme Court had to go and overturn DOMA and allow people to get married in California again, fixing Prop 8 a bit. So I was very happy. So I felt like this, because I was going to do it just as a protest against the violence and say, ha, you can't stop us. But now I was able to actually do it and feel really proud because we are making strides towards full equality. Yes, it's still upsetting to hear, a call-in show on the news where people say, I don't know why they feel the need to get married. It's not right. And the fact that somebody thinks that my marriage is not valid somehow because I am in love with and married another man, it's so mind-boggling that someone can even think that. I'm in love with someone. What's so hard to understand about that? It's not a woman. Why is this a problem for you? How does my loving my husband affect your life? I would like to have some tax breaks, and I would like to be able to do my taxes a little easier. Thank God now that's going to be possible. It'll be so much easier next year. I'll actually look forward to doing my taxes. I might even do them before April. But we're making strides, and eventually we'll get all the other states in line, and hopefully everyone else can get married when they want to as well. So I'm sorry that I was all political this week and I didn't really talk about video games. But it was a big Gay Pride weekend, so I didn't really play much games this weekend. Although, I will say that I received a copy of Project X Zone for the 3DS, and I've been playing that, and you can actually look for a review of that relatively soon, simply because I think I'm on Chapter 8 now, and I actually looked online to see how many chapters there were, and there's like 50, so I'm like, no. Like, if I wait until I actually finish this game, like, you're not getting a review for, like, a month. So, I'm actually kind of bending the rules a little, and I'm going to do a review a little bit sooner, just because I feel like I've gotten into the rhythm of the game, and it's just going to be chapter, and I don't feel like there's going to be any new gameplay elements introduced after this point. So, but it's quite fun. If you don't know what Project X Zone is, it's a combination of Sega characters, Capcom characters, and Namco Bandai characters, and they all kind of team up in this multi-dimensional, dimension-crossing adventure. It's a strategy RPG, so it's basically just a lot of dialogue windows with a surprising amount of voice acting in Japanese, and then the battle scenes where you just take turns fighting. But it's a surprising amount of fun, and Ulala hasn't even shown up yet. So there's that, because she'll just make it awesome when she does eventually show up in that chapter, because Ulala is awesome. So, happy Gay Pride, everybody, and next weekend is 4th of July, so there's that. So, but I'm traveling for 4th of July to Massachusetts to visit family, so I will have plenty of time to game on my 3DS. Unfortunately, no consoles, but what are you going to do? I'm not lugging that crap with me. So, happy Gay Pride, everybody, and I'll see you next week. Bye!